Hello guys, and welcome to our second tutorial of GTK working with GTK4 and with GTK application window. In the first video we saw how the GTK window new works. Now in this tutorial I'm going to introduce you two new functions. The first one, it will be the GTK application window get ID, which says returns a unique ID for the window. If the window has not been yet added to a GTK application, then returns 0. So in other words, as you can see, it returns a unique ID for the window, or 0 if that window wasn't added to our GTK application. In other words, we need to see, or better say, we need to check how it's working. So I'm going to let me move this one because it's not that fun. I'm going to remove this one as well because we don't need right now, which means I'm going to swap it, and I'm going to swap the application with application, which means takes only one argument. Okay, so now the next thing which we need, gu int, and then let's say ID, and let us point it. ID should be stored the information which this function returns, and its argument, it is the GTK application, or better say, right, I'm going to copy the whole thing from here. And now that we have this information, which is for us very important, too many commas, now let us print it, g print, and I'm going to say the window ID is %u, and then of course the ID. Let me format it a little bit, and now let me compile it and run. See, as you can see, the window ID is 1, so the ID is 1, which is quite true. Oh, I already have it here right now, I didn't notice. Anyway, let me compile it and run it again. Yes, the Windows ID is 1. It is indeed 1 because it is the first window which was added to our application when we created with GTK Windows new. Okay, now the next thing which I'm going to introduce you, or the next function which is very important for you guys, it is the GTK application window set show menu bar and get show menu bar. This function basically sets whether the window will display a menu bar for the app menu and menu bar as needed. In other words, we are not going to talk too much about it, but I'm going to introduce something. You can pause it if you want to. So let me move these two functions up right here, and we are going to talk about them a little bit. What do I have here? I have basically created a function, call it create menu, which returns a G menu. Inside it I was creating two actions which they are pointed to the quit callback function. Then I was adding them with the G action map action entry, and later I was creating the menu and the file menu and an item where I put all this information inside it. It is not important right now that you concentrate yourself on these things, but if you follow the GTK3, then you know that I have a G menu and G actions and G simple action and so on playlist where I was explaining everything about these stories and how they are working. But in this case, it is not important, these two functions. It is important only that you know that they are here for the reason of finding a way to provide you information about how it is basically working. So in other words, if you go inside your activate function, then G menu should be declared, and then once that you have these not here, sorry, I'm going to go a little bit down here. So the menu will be pointed to our function, which in this case it is the create menu. Okay, let me scroll down back here, and of course what we need the GTK application. So GTK, better said, we don't need to cast it because it is already right here, as you can see, declared. And now we can basically call a function which I'm not going to talk too much about it. It is called GTK application set menu bar. You will see about this one in your and the G menu model, because we need to cast our menu to the menu model. And now basically let us check first what exactly this function does, even if it's not the case right now to talk about it. We are going to talk in the GTK application. Right here it is the GTK application sets or unsets the menu bar for Windows of application. So this is a menu bar in the transitional sense. So basically it looks like this. You will see. I'm going to close it because we don't need it right now. But before we proceed, the importance of that function it is because right now, as you can see, we have nothing, because its default is set to false. So if you want to, let me go back, if you want to present the menu to the user, then you need to go inside the GTK application window and call the GTK application window set show menu bar right now, which I'm going to do it, Control C. And now right down here it is going to happen, and the first thing which we need the GTK application window, which is true, and the second argument of it is the show menu bar, whether to show menu bar or not. So basically you see it's a G boolean, because we know it's set to false, we'll have to set it to true. And once that we do that, now when we compile it and run it, guys, you see now we have our first GTK application window with its menu set right here, open, close, and so on. You see the action open was activated. So basically this is the way how you work with the GTK application window get ID and GTK application window set show menu bar. I'm going to scroll up a little bit again, just that you see these two functions, but don't be scared if you don't understand them. Just go with the GTK playlist where the G menu it is introducing to you together with all those G action and G action family functions. That being said, thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.